Hey everybody, I hope everyone had a great Wednesday. Well, where do I begin? Well, my last video was last Tuesday, and I asked for prayer for Jasper, and I did take him to the vet the next day, and the vet seemed to think that he was okay, but I know Jasper. I told James I should have just stayed home and saved $50. And I took him to a different vet. I didn't take him to his usual vet because I knew he wasn't in his office. So Jasper, he seemed like he was going to be okay, and then for the last few days he has been really bad off. I even thought I was going to take him and have him put down tomorrow. I really did, because he has not been eating. He's not got off the couch in 2 or 3 days, and you try to be around him and all he does is hiss. He's not using the bathroom, and when he does, he just uses it a little bit on himself and then wallers in it. And he throws up on himself. He's just been a mess. He really has. And it's simply because I think he's just tired. That surgery failed, and they told me it may fail, and I've watched things on the internet about it, and people have told me that they've had cats and their surgery failed and had to put them down anyway. So I was trying to think how long ago Jasper had that surgery, and it seems like to me it's been 4 or 5 years ago that he had that surgery, and really it failed after about a year and a half. So we've been battling this for a long, long time. And so I had to go to the doctor today to go see my surgeon, and really on the way home, all I could do was cry about him. Because I really did think I was going to have to put him down. But you know what? He greeted me at the door today. And he got up and he was walking around and he ate. I got him some food and he ate. He took his laxative, something I couldn't get down for the last 2 or 3 days. And he even had enough energy to jump up on the table, which he hadn't been doing. And so, for today, he's doing good. So please keep him in your prayers. It's so hard to let go of your sick fur baby. It sure is. He's been with us so long. But anyway, so I went to the doctor today to get, to him to tell me what's what about this lumpectomy I had, and he told me they did find more cancer. He said it was small, it's 4 millimeters, and he believed he got it all. And excuse me, he's going to send me to an oncologist. And he said they may want me to take radiation. He felt like that I did not need radiation. He said I wouldn't recommend it. He said, but I do want you to go on that pill that you have to take for 5 years or longer, that it's an estrogen blocker. He said the cancer I had was estrogen had something to do with it. I wish I knew the terminology, but I don't. You know what I mean? So, I'll be going to an oncologist in about 3 weeks, and really, I talked to Barb today. That's Wild Heart 5. And, there's really nothing that you can do except do what the doctor says. You know what I mean? And just believe that what he says is true. And, it wasn't invasive breast cancer. I'm sure they would have told me that if it was. And I just have to believe that I'm going to be okay, and just try to do what the doctor says, and believe the Lord's going to take care of me, and try to stay positive about it. And that's all you can do. You know what I mean? So that's life. So many people. I think about the little boy that was around here that I probably mentioned him several times on videos. He was 4 years old and got cancer. Well, he fought that cancer for almost a year, and it eventually killed him. And you don't understand why people look like little kids, get sick and die and things like that. Life really is, I want to say it's not fair, but that's how life is. You know what I mean? And I have to get it in my mind that I'm going to be okay. I can't live my life in fear. I don't want to. And, I've said it before, I'm a child of the King. I'm a child of the Lord. And So I just put everything in his hands and do what the doctor says, and I'm going to be just fine. I really am. But it's been crazy weather here, and last Friday I had to go to another doctor. That's just a normal checkup that I go to every 3 or 4 months. And when I come out of the office, there was a really dark clouds, and it probably takes about 25 minutes to get home from that doctor's office. And it's on the other side, not toward the county seat, it's on the other direction into another county. And I said, Lord, let me get home before before this storm hits. And they at the time in the parking lot they had the Vietnam veterans portable. Stacy knows what I'm talking about. They had the Vietnam Veteran Memorial there. It's the little tiny one, that they call it Moving Vietnam Veteran Memorial. But I didn't even stay and look at it because I knew it was going to come a storm. And it did. It poured the rain. I couldn't even see. I had my windshield wipers on the high setting. And there were so many leaves and branches and in the road. It sounded like I was going over gravel, but I was hitting tree branches. And I was on like an old country, I don't want to say country road, but it's a road that's one side of the road is just total mountain, and then you have a river on the other side. And so, it was so dark. I mean, it just looked like it was night outside. It was just raining so hard, and it was so dark and cloudy. And of course, I said, Lord, there's going to probably be a tree or a car wreck. I said, please get me home, And of course, yes, I got stopped. And there was a big old furniture truck in front of us, and then there was 3 cars in front of me, and then there I was. But I seen cars. I didn't know what in the world it was. I said, oh, it's a car wreck. But I saw cars come up, alongside me this way, going this way, and I was going this way. And I said, well, maybe, they've got somebody down there directing traffic. And then it just stopped. No more cars or anything. And I saw cars on down the road, ahead of me, past whatever was the obstruction. I didn't know what it was. And so a van with a ladder, I still know how it was that. The 3 cars in front of me pulled around that furniture truck. And so I did too. I pulled, what I could see. I couldn't hardly see. It was so dark and rainy. Storming, and then I seen it. There's a big tree across the road, and what happened was it fell off the mountain and come down like this and hit the power lines, and there was an opening right here on the other side of the road, and you had to go sort of like into the ditch and then go around, and there was people going through there, and I thought, Lord, I can't make it through there. I couldn't even see myself getting that Jeep through there. And a truck behind me, he thought he was going to go through there too. But when he seen what it was F-150. And he pulled in behind me, and so we just sat there. I didn't know what to do. I thought, Lord, we're going to be here for hours because it was storming so bad. I said, nobody's going to come out, and clean this up until it quits storming. So, honey, I seen a van go by me, a utility van that had a ladder on top of it, laying flat on the top of it, and he got through there. And I thought, man, if he could get through there, I probably could get through there too, And honey, that F-150 thought the same thing. And here he went, pulled out behind, beside me, and he went on through there. And I said, if that F-150 can get through there, I can too. So I pulled in there and, went over into the ditch a little bit, and there was a branch about this thick hanging down, and this tree was on this side. It touched the side of the Jeep, and that branch was right in the middle of my windshield, and I said, well, if it does damage to the Jeep, it'll do it to the top of it, But, I got through there, and there was a school bus over on the other side. There's no way they could get through that. But that was a terrible storm, and James said up here the roads flooded, and just for a little while. But it was really bad. That was one of the worst storms we've had this summer. But besides that, everything's about the same old, crazy weather. It's really hot today, and this August weather has just been crazy. It's been cool. It gets cold in the nighttime. It sure does. But I wanted to come on here. I'll quit yapping. I wanted to come on here and tell you what the doctor said and tell you about Jasper, and everybody's doing okay. Josh was in England, and he said he would probably be home about the 16th of September. He's going to be in D.C. about the 5th, and so, I got to FaceTime him. It was real good to talk to him, and Danielle, is his girl. It's named Danielle. And so, I'm so glad he's out of Afghanistan. I thank the Lord that he's safe, because things over there are so volatile. I pray for those people over there, but, as much money and treasure in men and women that we've lost over there, I just don't think anything's going to change over there. I just don't. I don't know. They need help for sure. But anyway, I'll let you go. This is Melissa reporting from up in the holler. Bye, everybody.